Welcome to Soccer As We Like It. Man United 2, Leicester City 4. United have just been taught a football lesson. We are here with Houston Red Army, Sammy and Josh. Sammy, what went wrong today, matey?
Oh my God, it was a totally shit show, man. Like the way first we started, the starting lineup was actually decent. But I could not think of that you're gonna start with a person who actually had like a one training session. I don't know why the heck all they started with Harry Maguire. They shouldn't have done that because our defense was awful in the second lineup. There's so much gap in that. I understand the Matic and Pogba, some kind of a combo, which we are thinking of, that we're going to see. That combo worked. The midfield worked in the first half, but it didn't work in the second half. It's awful. We are not winning the ball. There's so much gap between Bruno and the defender. And Leicester, they capitalize on that. Also, in terms of set pieces, the way we actually conceded the goals, I know we got a set piece coach.
Eric Ramsey.
What he's actually teaching? Yeah, what he's teaching to the people. The thing is the basic, we literally made school level mistakes at the set piece that which Leicester already capitalized. You can't actually left your opponent man without marking inside the penalty box when the ball is literally floating into the penalty box. It's a totally like a defensive flaws. I to be honest with you, if it was not De Gea, we could have actually scored half dozen with them. Because of De Gea, we actually got like 4 goals. Yes, some great saves. But anyway, it was totally, again, I can't emphasize on that. There's so much thing to do, and Ole, his ass is on the line. Okay, if we don't win against Liverpool, I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm literally disappointed with this team. This is not the United, which I'm literally thinking of seeing in this season after the transfer window, so I think this is the time everybody needs to sit together, regroup, and think about how we're gonna bounce back and talk about our future games because we are playing Liverpool next weekend. Okay.
Josh, what happened today, mate?
Yeah. Again, I think to reiterate what Sammy said, given what we saw from Maguire today, I don't know how he was on the field in the first place. I mean, I love Harry Maguire when he's 100%. He obviously was not 100% today. And we saw it time and time again. I mean, I would have to go back and watch the replays, but I would say at least 3 of the 4 goals he was somewhat responsible for as a result of that. Well, I mean, the first one, he's sitting there waiting for the ball to come to him. Like any schoolboy is taught, you go to the ball. You do not wait for it to come to you. That was drilled into my head ever since I was 5 years old when I started playing. He's sitting there waiting. How many times did he get pushed off the ball, bodied off the ball? He shouldn't have been on the pitch today. And again, Ole as a manager, you have to be able to put aside names and what other people, because I'm sure we wanted to see Maguire today. We did, right? But only if he is ready, and he wasn't ready. And so, I don't know. I really have to question. I really have to question Ole in his selections today. That was a winnable match. We should have won the match, and I really have to. It comes back to coaching. I have not been one of the firm Ole out people. I haven't been a huge supporter either. I've been kind of like lukewarm about him. I don't think there's anybody else to blame for it today. Like he said, De Gea makes some fantastic saves. It could have been even worse. That was a game for us to win, and Ole lost it. That's it.
Right. Is there any particular part of this game you thought United were in control, then the game just left them, or were United never in control of this game?
Well, I'm talking about a specific person. Yeah, what I'm gonna say that there is some momentum magic, like Greenwood. Okay, the goal he scored. That time we got the momentum. Okay, if we wouldn't have made the schoolboy mistakes in the set piece, we should be 1-0 up by the second half. That's where it is. If you really want to win a game, you gotta keep the momentum going. How many times we score a goal?
Take the foot off the pedal.
Like 5 to 10 minutes. I'm really tired of this shit. And everything is happening because there is sometimes our midfield is not doing properly. Sometimes our defense is shit. Today actually the defense is shit because the way Johnson explained it, you gotta took the ball away. It's a fucking freaky. You just took the ball away. You don't actually just nudge between us in your penalty box. So I would definitely say that Greenwood made some mark in the first half. He tried something. In the second half, I mean, apart from the Rashford goal, I don't see that we had any intention to winning the game. Rather, we literally invited Leicester to hit us on the counter attack and scored those goals. So I'm very frustrated. I can't pick any player who actually had a very significant impact on the game. When he lost to 4-2 against Leicester, he scored 4 goals against that. How do you think that we're going to actually consider any player who actually made significant impact? So it's a totally shit show. Ole is going to take the blame, and I'm going to also put team in charge for taking all the responsibility. So it's like everybody's held accountable for this loss.
Josh.
There was a period after Greenwood's goal, which, by the way, one of the only positives from the match. What a fucking fantastic goal for Mason Greenwood. And there was a period for a few minutes after that, in which, and I actually remember I was here, and Kazi called me over and he said, dude, look at how we're playing. The word he used was explosive. We are looking explosive right now. We are going forward. We're going at their defense. Even though we haven't gotten the next goal yet, we're playing with confidence.
And the momentum shifted.
There was a period.
That mistake.
There was a period after Greenwood scored where it was like, wow, okay, we started off slow. We got scored on first, but now we're really hitting our stride. And then the mistake happens, and then it's back to square one.
So if you just fell apart. So now, give me who was your best player today and who was the worst player today.
Well, the best player obviously De Gea, okay? Because of De Gea, we didn't concede more goals, okay? He literally stood by the ground. The second half, he made like 2 or 3 literally clear chances.
Yeah, he saved a lot.
So yeah, De Gea is still in my best player, no doubt. With all due respect, Greenwood scored a really remarkable goal. That left-footed shot was literally going in. But I would definitely pick De Gea as the best player from the squad. And the worst player, obviously, no doubt, is Maguire. He shouldn't have. He was not fit for playing. I don't know how he actually convinced Ole to play for that, but Ole, he also has to take responsibility of putting him in the play. Because he's a fucking manager. He has to decide who will play, who is not.
No, I'm the same. De Gea really made some standout saves today. There was the fingertip off the woodwork that he had, several kick saves. Because if you remember, there were several plays in which the ball was bouncing around in the box, in which there was a save here, a save there, which again could have gone in the back of the net, and he kept it out. So definitely give him the man of the match, but also credit to Greenwood for a fantastic strike, and also to Rashford for subbing on and going. And I remember thinking after Rashford scored, and then we immediately got scored on, how he went.
Yeah, 15 seconds.
It was like, and he was like, I got subbed on. I did the job that I was supposed to do.
Exactly.
And then
15 seconds.
And then we're ball watching. We can't even fucking pick up guys in the box, back post.
Did you see Rashford after they scored the third goal? He was literally pissed because he just scored the goal and got us in the level back and
Well, and again, the way that I always say is I don't mind being scored on by good goals. Right? Okay, when a team goes, when there's a stroke of brilliance, when a team is, there's a fantastic build-up, a fantastic move, fantastic strike, I will applaud that, right? I will say, that's football. That's great football. Well done. That was not the case today.
No,
right?
Last 15 minutes, we surrendered. After Rashford's goal, literally we surrendered. Especially when they actually scored the third goal.
Well,
there's intention there, but we're not able to break that defense.
Okay, think about both of the goals that were scored after Rashford. The first one was Jamie Vardy, right? Okay, first off, it's Jamie fucking Vardy. You need to man mark that guy, okay? He's sitting in the 18-yard box with no one on him for him to go and hit a strike. And then the second one, the fourth goal, you've got a guy back post with no one on him.
There's something it was taught in the school, like when there's set piece is coming, you gotta cover both the post, the first post and the second post. That's what I was taught. Like 2 defenders should be there covering both the posts. If your goalie is there in the first post, somebody should be there in the second post.
Exactly.
Because nobody was there marking that guy who scored the 4th goal. I mean, it's horrible. It's like school level mistake.
So, where do United go from there? We have Atalanta on Wednesday and Liverpool on Thursday. Summarize, what do you expect from these 2 games? Can United come back from this?
Honestly, that's a monumental task for us. I mean, I don't know how this team will regroup, recharge, and address the issues that we actually just encountered today. The one thing is thing is like that. I've seen that in the past when Ole's back against the wall, the players usually like stand up and they usually reform and they played accordingly. Hopefully that's the only thing that's gonna recharge them, because obviously Ole's ass is on the line. People know that if we're gonna lose against Liverpool, people will call for Ole's head. Hopefully that will motivate the players. Hopefully somebody in the dressing room, Ronaldo, would have a pep talk. All I can think of, I think we have a game against Atalanta, and it's like a game on the road. So I expect at least a draw, a decent performance, and before we go headed to Liverpool game. I don't know, was it a home game?
Old Trafford on Saturday.
Old Trafford.
Sunday.
Maybe, hopefully that will work, because again, Liverpool, after a long time, we're gonna have a packed Old Trafford playing against Liverpool. Hopefully that is gonna motivate us, but we have to make sure that we are not gonna lose the game against Atalanta on the road. At least we need to get a draw. Maybe that will help.
So
Atalanta, Liverpool, back-to-back, Wednesday and Sunday. Big game on Sunday, the Lancashire derby.
So first off, I think honestly, if today if we had a different defender than Harry Maguire, I think we get a different result. I think that one selection, things revolved around that. So I think, okay, let's not make the same mistake again going forward on Atalanta and Liverpool. Maybe he's healthier by then. I don't know.
Maguire's going to play again.
So, but regardless, so I'm saying let's not make the same mistake again. If we don't make that, then our defense is tighter, right? We hold on to things. So I don't think that mistake will be made again. That being said, and this goes back to ownership. If we had decent owners, those owners would go and schedule a sit down with Ole and say, hey man, we tried to support you, but this shit isn't going to work. So we're putting you on notice that you need to start going and getting some results. And we are actively starting to surreptitiously look at potential replacements.
Or we won't be able to keep Ronaldo.
Right. No.
They gave him everything he needs.
So no, if I'm the owners, I start to go and put out feelers into the market to see, okay, who might be interested in this whatever. And I also put Ole on notice, and I say,
you got to keep him under pressure.
He has
down your neck.
He has to absolutely know that as much as we respect his legacy in the club as a player, the club is bigger than anyone.
He's not going to be off the hook for this kind of change.
So, and I would go and say, we have to see some results in this Atalanta, and the Atalanta isn't even as important to me as the Liverpool match, right? We have to go and see a strong showing versus Liverpool to show that we can still have confidence in you. If we don't have a strong showing versus Liverpool, that's going to be an indication that we can no longer trust you.
We will be no longer challenging for the title. If we lose against Liverpool,
so
that's it.
I really feel that we're at the breaking point with Ole now. Right, and he's been in the hot seat before sometimes, and then has come out of it with some.
That's the thing, when he's
but
backing
the situation is different now because we have a squad like we haven't had in years. Before there might have been an excuse. There is absolutely no excuse now. He has the players. He has to get the results.
That's right.
I still can't wrap my head around it why Eric Bailly hasn't started to this game. He was fully fit. He was literally ready for the show, and you literally put your fit defender in